if you're struggling with confidence, feeling like you're not good enough, you don't show up in the world in a strong way, like you're afraid to talk to people, you're afraid to practically like go out into the world and like show yourself, then this video is the right video for you. Because in this video I will show you two stupid, retarded, simple methods I have used to go from this really insecure guy into a somewhat confident person. Like, we all have these days where we are less confident, so I'm not like 100% perfect. I'm not confident all the time, but most of the time I'm really lucky and I'm really happy to be as confident as I am right now. So I will just show you the two methods you can use right now to automatically become more confident. So that's about the intro. Let's just get into this stuff because I have a full script that will help you a lot. So yeah, let's just get into it. But before I do that, I want to let you know that I won't be giving you no motivational pep talk. I won't be giving you no like hype yourself up in the mirror type of thing. Nothing like that. This is like real practical advice you can start using today, like right at the second you finish this video, to become automatically more confident. So now that we have this out of the way, and you know that this won't be no motivational 5-minute bullshit type of thing, we can just actually start getting into the meat of this video. Okay, so the first method, or the first way to boost your confidence, is going to sound really simple, but it actually is really simple. So the first method, as I already said, is to just walk upright, like have a nice posture and breathe deeply. And as I said, I know this sounds overly simplistic, but the reason 99% of population is insecure, unconfident, and just doesn't feel good in their own skin is the fact that they walk around slouched like this. They're hidden into their body. They're walking like this. They're all hidden. They're just like all narrow, and they just breathe shallowly. They don't breathe the right way. So I want to give you an exercise right now to just like walk upright, like keep your shoulders fixed, like don't be a robotic, don't be like stiff all the time, like don't be like this and like don't be retarded just like that. Like be human, like be somewhat relaxed. But most of the time when you walk around and like go about your day, just make sure that your posture is all right, that your like chest is puffed out, that your shoulders are back, and that you are open with your posture. Like, don't be narrow like this. You want to take as much space up as possible, because that really signals confidence to your mind. And it's pretty weird, but practically, if you are walking around like slouched like this and your head is all weird, like your posture is all weird, and you breathe the wrong way, your mind or your body literally sends a signal into your brain, and that signal says to the brain, okay, we are in danger, we need to hide. And that automatically, like, there is actual science behind this actually lowers testosterone, like skyrockets your cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And if you just walk around like this, all slouched and everything, all unconfident, like shallow breath and everything, you will just be super stressed out, super low testosterone, and you won't be confident at all, because the combination of those two does not equal high confidence. And about the breathing, just make sure you take actual deep breath. Again, don't be autistic about it. Don't count seconds, like, okay, now I have to breathe for like 4 seconds to be nah, don't do that. I mean, you can do some breath work in the morning to just like automatically get more energy, get more confidence, etc. Like, breath work in the morning is actually a good idea, but don't go about your day counting seconds of your breath. That is just useless. Just make sure that most of the time you breathe fully, you breathe deeply. And when you breathe deeply, don't breathe into your chest, but breathe into your belly, so that your belly actually bulges somehow. So that is kind of like the general rule I go by when I talk about breathing, or when I breathe myself. So the lesson of method number 1 is to just walk upright, take deep breath, and just take up space. Because if you think about it that way, animals in this world, like lions and tigers, etc., all those like big dangerous animals, they are dangerous. First of all, of course, they have like these huge fangs, they're a killer. But the second fact is that they just take up space. And in the animal world, whoever acts confidence, moves confidently, and practically like takes up the most space with their body, like they're confident in their bodies, they move around and everything, it just signals confidence. And in the human world, you don't consciously realize this, but you do this too. If you see somebody being comfortable in their own body, like walking around, taking up much space, like when they sit there, they sit like this and they like move their hands and everything when they talk, it signals confidence. So I want you to think about it and just do this to automatically become more confident right now at this moment. Method number 2, I won't give this method no fancy way, no anything. I will just start this method and introduce this method with a quote by Alex Hormozi, who is the man, and I will just read it out loud so that I don't butcher it. But he basically said that confidence is not about screaming affirmations in the mirror, but about having an undeniable proof that basically you can get the hard work, like you can get the hard shit done. So think about it that way. I will just recap this quote one more time. Confidence is not about screaming affirmations in the mirror, like not like screaming, I'm confident, I'm enough, I make a lot of money. Confidence is not about hyping yourself up in the mirror, but instead confidence is about having an undeniable proof that you can do the hard shit. And I practically butchered this quote anyway, but I hope you get the idea. So practically confidence, what confidence means is being confident in yourself. That is having trust in yourself. That when you give yourself some promise, you trust yourself to fulfill on that promise. And you cannot build confidence if you, for example, promise yourself that tomorrow, like, okay, I will go for a run tomorrow, but when you wake up, you won't go for that run. Or when you tell yourself, okay, I will start eating whole foods tomorrow. This is the last day of me eating junk food. I want to change my life tomorrow. I will start off by having a nice omelet with some fruits for breakfast. And then you wake up and you have some like BS cereal with like chocolate milk or whatever. That is you breaking your promise. And the more promises you break with yourself and the more promises you do not fulfill on, the less confident you will be. Because think about it that way. If you would have a friend who would tell you that, okay, tomorrow we can go out together for some bike ride or whatever. Basically, he gives you some promise, but then he doesn't fulfill on it. The first time you will be like, okay, I get that, like something could happen. But the more that friend does this, the less or the more you will start thinking of him as an idiot. And now swap this out and start thinking of that friend as you and of you as your brain. If you give yourself a promise that, okay, I will go to the gym tomorrow and I will work out 3 times per week, but then you just sit on couch, watch Netflix, eat some chips or whatever, your brain is literally going to start thinking about you that, like, fuck it, like, my body is an idiot. Like, he literally promises himself so much and he could be so good in life, he could be so great, but he just decides to lie to himself continually. So okay, like, fuck him. I will start feeling unconfident. I will start being insecure. And the more you do this, like, the worse you'll just be in life. And you don't need to give yourself some huge promises like, okay, I will build $1 million business tomorrow. Like, that is unrealistic. But start off with small promises like, okay, I will make my bed every morning. I will take a cold shower every morning. I will go for a walk every morning. I will eat eggs every morning. Just give yourself small promises you can actually fulfill on, because without those small things, you will not be able to fulfill on those big things, you know? Like, if you can't make a coffee in the morning, you will not be able to make millions of dollars the next year. I hope this all makes sense. So just build trust with yourself, because confidence equals trusting yourself. And if you continually break the promises you give to yourself, there won't be no trust between you and you practically. So just give yourself and start off with small promises. Like, as I said, like, make your bed, take a cold shower, go for a walk, and like walk your dog every morning, whatever. Just start out with small promises, and the more you do this, the more you'll practically build trust with yourself, and the bigger promises you can actually take on later on. And that's practically it. Nothing overcomplicated, no courses, no books needed, no like complicated system. I thrive on simplicity, and if you just keep everything simple in your life, as well as like the confidence thing I talked about today, you will change your life. And that's it. So stand up straight, breathe properly, like have actual deep, nice breath, keep small promises to yourself, and I promise you, your life will change. You will turn into the next better, more confident version of yourself that is practically ready to hit whatever huge goal you have and like to change your life. So try this for 30 days. And if you come back after that 30 days, after doing this like consistently, and you tell me that this didn't work for you and that you're still insecure and unconfident, I will like pay you millions of dollars. I don't care, because and I'm confident in saying this because I know that this will work for you. So yeah, that's about it, and peace out.